2 months. I'm an early bird.
My granddaughter's in it too.
Yeah, what's her name?
Taylor.
Taylor?
Benham.
I don't know her.
Yeah. I know she's taken it. She says, yeah, I gotta have it by like the 16th of November or something. Okay, I'm gonna show up. Where you sit? They keep spinning out.
Thumbs up.
Regenerate?
They say that takes about a year, and a half, I mean, and then they said that whatever you're at that point, then that's about what you. But it's improved, everything's improving, but slowly.
It's nowhere near what you'd have, but I had my opponent on my forearm that was growing later. And when it was unusual. When I lifted heavy things, it would ache all the way up my arm. And I told my surgeon, he's like, okay, I'll take it out, but it shouldn't be doing that. And so when he was cutting it out, he snipped the nerve and it shocked all the way up my arm. And he's like, oh, well, okay. And so I'm numb
Yeah, see, and
all here. I can't feel anything now.
so numbness is so weird too, you know, because the numbness hurts.
It's unusual.
It hurts to touch, you know. So it's
Relate
really-
again.
No, you're got
You can feel the pressure, but you can't, like, the skin doesn't have any sensation.
But yeah,
So when you touch it, it's really weird.
but
So
if I bump me, see it hurts, you know, it's weird, so. And I mean, again, it's everything's.
Better to be early.
Yes.
my surgeon told me the same thing, 6 months to a year, and then whatever you have after that
It's
is what
pretty
you got.
much what you got, so.
I had reconstructive chest surgery when I was 6, and so I actually can't feel anything
In that area.
in my whole chest, and so like I've gotten used
You
to
just
it.
get used to it, I think.
Yeah, I had a condition called pectus exclavatum, so it's where your sternum grows in.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and so
They had to read.
they tried to repair it. So
That's a terrible surgery for a 6-year-old.
I don't remember much of it. So I was in the hospital for like 2 months, and yeah, it was a whole thing.
This one's very simple.
Guess we can start. I can't remember how you work this.
I'm fine, how are you doing? Good.
Okay.
Tammy?
It's on.
Nice.
It's on.
I've seen you here. Active.
Oh, well, it's on now, so if you want to turn it off, then you push it on.
Yeah,
So
between
it's on.
that and
Sure.
the
So right now
teachers.
Great, you wanna start? Okay, it is 6:30. We'll go ahead and get started. We'd like to welcome you to our planning and zoning meeting, September 18th, 2025. Glad to have someone here in the audience. Welcome. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll just go ahead and lead that. Please stand. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Katie, will you go ahead and do the roll call?
Randall Kempton,
Here?
Sally Smith,
Here.
Aaron Richards, Jim Lawrence, Bruce Casper,
Here.
McKay Francis,
Here.
Vanessa Johnson, Brian Thackeray,
Here.
Vern Muir,
Here.
Dan Hanna,
Here.
Tammy Geddes.
Here.
Okay, thank you. We need an approval to set planning and zoning meetings for August 21st, 2025. If someone would make a motion on that.
I'll move that we approve the minutes as written from that last meeting.
I second it.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any further corrections to the minutes or comments? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You're not opposed,
I
okay.
think you had one abstain.
You weren't here, okay, okay. All right, okay, tonight we have a plat to review, and we'll turn the time over to Alan.
Okay, thank you, President. Sorry, Chairperson. We'll call you President. You used to be President,
Yeah,
right?
let's do it.
The property that we are looking at today is located up in Hillview Estates. The water tower is right here, and it's this subdivision here. They're making some modifications within it, so they're requesting an amendment to the plat. These three parcels right here, they are going to take them and combine them into just 2 lots. They're splitting it, so they're actually removing 1 lot out of the subdivision. So they are presenting it to you. We've looked at it as staff. We see no problem with this. It meets all of our requirements. And so we're recommending it to you for recommendation of approval to City Council.
Okay. Alan, I have a question.
Sure.
I mean, I see they want to make, nicer lots, which I understand.
Mhm.
But did they just change their mind when they started working on it or what? Because there's been a lot of work there's work being done on those lots right now.
They knew that they were going to do this, and they're allowed to do work on it because it doesn't affect what they're doing in that
They're doing
process.
now.
It's a father and son that own the lots, and they're just, one's building on one side and one on the other. So this just makes it so they can legally sell them as separate lots when that time comes without having that lot line in the wrong place. So that was the whole purpose between,
Yeah, I just wondered
what they're
about that,
doing.
but
and it still meets code. They're meeting their minimum lot size
sure, yeah.
in doing that.
Any questions for staff, for Alan?
Are the lots just still owned by the developer?
No, they have been purchased. All 3 lots have been purchased.
Okay, they're the new buyers.
The new buyers are the ones that have come in and are amending the plat.
Are there any other owned lots in that plat?
There are, and they've got their signatures on that so that they've signed off on this amendment. Yes.
Alan, are they basically split in the middle, or are there a big one and a little one, or?
Here's the actual, and if you look at this one,
Oh,
here's your 3 original.
okay,
Dotted lines are the original property lines. The dark line will be the new property
pretty
line.
much halfway.
Yep, they just split it right down the middle. Yep.
So then, Alan, the paperwork I'm looking at here online is the original plat, all of the original plat paperwork where it says they were changing, or they were asking for a change of zone from LER1 to LER2. That was done previously.
That was a prior one.
So this amendment is all we're considering tonight.
Strictly, all you're dealing with today is the plat amendment. Yep.
Okay.
That's why it's not a hearing, because a zone change would require a hearing
Right.
to move forward.
What, just out of curiosity, how big are those lots?
They were, well, let's go back to. .42 is what they are currently. So
Okay,
you're
so
looking
it's
at
small.
that. Yeah.
It makes a
And
nicer lot.
it makes a lot, yeah. And we've got a lot of people that are buying 2 and then building across them. But where they're 2 separate owners, if they ever decide to sell, then you don't have that confusion of having 2 different parcels under the same house. So this makes it so each house sits on an individual lot.
So are they, the owners, one's taking one lot, the other one's taking the other?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Alan, just out of curiosity, what pushes this request over to coming
you.
before us as opposed to just like a lot line adjustment?
Well, we've looked at this in the past, and sometimes we've allowed just lot line adjustments and that. But what we're finding out is now we have plats that do not show the true picture of what's going on within that subdivision. And so in this one, you're actually removing a lot, you're changing the dynamics of it. And so according to law and everything else, we should bring it before you to get a corrected one so it's recorded. And when people look it up, they'll see the new amended plat that will go in there. there's some gray areas that they said yes, no. We decided to err on the side of caution and make sure we did it right.
I just have one quick question. Is there any reason why we wouldn't approve this? Because it seems like a pretty straightforward thing. I just wonder if there's a question I'm not considering.
There isn't anything that I know of that would cause you to not, unless somebody were to come in and provide a real reason of why not. But you've got consenting people that are doing this, not only the people that own it, but the rest of the subdivision have signed off on it also.
Okay.
So there's no opposition to it.
It makes maybe the size of homes a bit better, you know, that are in that area. Anyway, it really makes it more
It does.
compliant, so.
Yeah. And we have a lot of them further up on the hill that have actually purchased 2 lots. And some of it do it just so nobody will build next to them. Others have actually taken one and turned it into their lawn, some of their recreational facilities, things like that for their home. They just wanted them separated and in the right place so they could do what they needed.
Is Mr. Lee or the owner?
He
One
is.
of the owners?
He is.
Courtney?
Mhm.
Ready for a motion? I make a motion that we approve the lot line adjustment for the subject lots.
The amendment. The
Or
amendment to the
lot line,
plat.
or
It's just an
lot map
amendment to the plat.
amendment.
Yes.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, and we're recommending that to city council.
Mhm.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Can you read a motion as it's
Yeah.
currently there?
So the motion is to recommend city council approve the plat amendment for the subject lots.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that was pretty easy. So it sounds like we don't have a meeting on the 2nd of October.
Kyle and I will be at an APA meeting in Nampa, so we were both out of town. So we've been able to arrange everything. You're gonna get hit with quite a bit on the second meeting. We've got some plat approvals. I think we have a rezone, 2 rezones, and we could possibly have some more plats by that time frame.
So anything in town that we should know about? There seems like there's lots going on, even though you can't get anywhere, but like home.
Yeah, yeah. There's, with the road construction, that does create some challenges that's going on, but some of that's starting to wrap up. They got 5th West paved. They're still working on sidewalks over behind Calls Sinclair. They're getting close to pavement on First West. First South is going to be a little bit longer because they've had some extensive sewer repair that they're having to do. And they're finding old sewer pipes that go back clear into the 30s and 40s, and it definitely needs to be replaced. So that's going on in that sense. There's still some construction out on 12th and 33. We run into an issue. The controller boxes for the signal lights were in the street where they had to do the expansion because of Trapper's Landing. And so we've been working with the state on how we can work around that, because we're also getting close to needing to put that 2nd lane going east on Main Street. It's creating some real problems with traffic and being able to move them quick enough coming off of 12th onto Main Street. So that's going on. Of course, you see the temple, that one's moving along quite well. They're starting to put the spire on that one. So that one's moving forward. A lot of construction on University. There are 8 separate food places going in those. So that one's going to be impressive.
Any good ones?
Some of them, I've been to Jersey Mike's. That one's going in there. Dorza is one of them that's going in.
Zupas or?
Zupa's not going in that building. I haven't got an application for Zupa yet. I can't remember them all. There's quite a few of them, but most of them are quick, almost
Olive
fast
Garden
food.
they've got their,
They have not applied.
but haven't they applied?
They have not applied.
Yeah, because we heard they had in the other meeting, but,
Yeah, they haven't. We haven't got an official application yet. So
okay, anything else from anyone?
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is there anything, I've noticed
developing cities like ours have started to disallow or make power companies do a lot more underground than just throwing up more poles. And I just wonder, like, going up University, you know, they had the road shut down and they put those poles up just so they could go across to these new BYU Idaho buildings. Is there anything that we could be looking at for the future so that maybe we reduce the number of overhead power lines that we're putting in instead of just...
That's a temporary solution until they can get it underground.
Okay.
Our code requires all new developments have to put their power underground.
Okay.
So we're doing everything we can to remove it. We do hit some of them that we can't do that. Major transmission lines, they will not put them underground, so that one still affects it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so those that went up on University, those will go away again.
I think eventually they will. But I think it was one of those, they needed to get to that point where they could start the construction and get the building up and functioning. So that one's moving along. There is some potential code changes that will be coming your way again. We've had a request for a sky bridge across to one of our right-of-ways between buildings. And so we are actually writing the code to be able to figure it out, because one of the challenges we looked at is that's the city's right-of-way all the way up. How do you regulate that? How do you avoid liability to the city and those types of issues, and what do we require? So we're going through that process right now, getting it ready to bring forward. I'm hoping probably the first week in November, the first meeting in November, to have that in front of you.
Did you say that was on the university?
No, it's on another project
Is it?
that they're proposing, and they've come in and asked us if it's a possibility. So we've spent some time looking at the code, looking at other cities, seeing what they're doing.
Yeah, we're not reinventing the wheel.
No, we've
put a lot
copied
of
other
time into
code.
finding how people have done it successfully.
Yep. So,
Boise actually has one. Two of them. There's one that we focused on this week was St. Luke's. There's actually kind of a time-lapse video of it going up, and then Alan did some real good work and was able to track down exactly what they used, the agreements they used. There's different, again, Salt Lake has one, and they've done, again, we'll take it up in due time, but there's different ways to skin a cat there. So, but it's honestly kind of been interesting to see.
Yeah, but with all the pedestrians and cold weather and everything else, I mean, it would be nice to have that in more places.
yeah. Well, and that's why we looked at it. First, we thought we're just gonna put it in the downtown, and then we got thinking, no, there's other areas outside of the downtown that this may work, so we've written the code to be able to put it into both, our regular and everything else, yeah.
Do you have specific places where you're trying to put this in, or is it just?
They do, but I can't divulge where.
Oh, okay.
They have not formally applied.
It's not the city of Rexburg doing it. It would be a developer.
Yeah, it's a developer that's putting it in,
Okay.
not us. We just have to, one of the challenges was that right-of-way space, Salt Lake, as Spencer mentioned, they come in and vacated that exact space just like it was a condo. It says, we vacated it, we no longer control it, it's yours. We looked at that. Boise has an agreement where they come in and say, we give you an easement to go across there. And so we still control some of the stuff, but we also remove the liability to the city, or at least most of it, in that sense, so.
Yeah, we can't afford a normal bridge, let alone a sky bridge.
Yeah, we do have a few other things we need to do.
Yeah, so that's one's coming before you here fairly soon.
Okay, any other questions or comments tonight? Pretty short, okay.
Very
we'll
short.
stand adjourned.
Okay, thank you.
We don't tell.
I don't tell, do I?
Isn't that right?
Yes. I avoid telling. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yes.
There's things moving and shaking still.
Good evening.